The Lake Balkash area is one of the unique places in Kazakhstan. It is surrounded by deserts, full of light and warmth. The eternal thirst of the deserts is fully quenched here by the waters of the unique Balkash Lake. This area is famous for its landscapes, vegetation and animals. The Lake Balkash is the largest stagnant body of water after the Caspian and Aral Seas. The lake is 614 kilometers long, with a width of 3.5 to 44 kilometers and a maximum depth of 26 meters. The water surface area is 18,200 square kilometers and the water collection area is 413,000 square kilometers. The uniqueness of the Balkash Lake lies in the different mineralization of its western and eastern parts connected by narrow straits. The western part is getting water from a previously full river of Ili, which is fresh water, and the eastern part has salty water. Currently, the lake has 3 rivers flowing in, Ili, Karatal, and Lepse. During some years, the waters of the Ayagus River also reach the lake. The nature of the Balkash Lake is amazing and full of contrasts. The lake spans across 3 regions of Kazakhstan: Almaty, Zhambel, and the Karagandar region. A broad Kazakh hillocky area spreads to the north of the lake, the Takdala lays to the west of it, and the Chu Ili Mountains, Tokum Sands, and Saraise Katarau are in the south. Tigers used to rule these territories before the early 50s of the 20th century. Wild boars used to roam in almost impassable thickets of riparian woodlands. Herds of Saigaks and Persian gazelles find their food here. The bird population is also diverse here. Remote parts of the lake have nests of white and Dalmatian pelicans, forming large colonies with gannets. The plant world of the Balkash area is an unusual combination of desert meadows and swamp plants, such as the saksaul, tamarisk, various kinds of sage, and saltwort. The meadow plants include licorice, elecampane, thistle, and ferula. The trees of the Balkash area include willow woods, Asiatic poplar groves with underbrush of salt tree and tamarisk. Where there is water, you can find reed, cattail, and cane. Such thickets are the main areas of numerous birds, mammals, and fish. The climate here is extremely continental. During the spring, summer, and fall seasons, the water evaporation level of inflow water from the surface area varies from 12 to 200 cubic meters. The water bodies of the Ili Balkash Basin are one of the most significant in terms of biological diversity and reproduction of precious types of fish, as well as opportunities for fishery. The fish fauna includes mirror carp, grass carp, barbel sturgeon, barbel, trout, marinka, asp, bream, catfish, and others. The Balkash marinka, the Balkash bass, the barbel sturgeon, and the Aral barbel are included into the list of endangered species. The Lake Balkash is a unique place for recreation and tourism. Every year, thousands of people come here from very different parts of the country. Very popular types of vacation on the Lake Balkash are beach tourism and water sports, sailing, canoeing, and sports fishing. The recreational potential of the lake and the surrounding sightseeing sites attract a lot of tourists. For a couple of years already, various sport events are being held here within the framework of movements for the protection of the lake. Perhaps the biggest event on the Balkash are the sailing races. Every year, the yacht races from different countries come to Kazakhstan to master the art of sailing tourism.
Ну чё, как шторм? Расскажи.
Well, how was the storm? Tell me. Super, sort of an adrenaline rush. Was it scary? Sure, sometimes, but it was okay. Sailing cruises are unforgettable, but the lakes, water reservoirs, and even the Caspian Sea are not as big as any type of world ocean. So Kazakhstan's yacht racers are turning more and more towards a new trend in sailing tourism. Traveling on different water bodies on collapsible sailing catamarans. Light, reliable, and quiet seafaring, the catamarans allow you to easily get to a body of water of your preference to enjoy the romance of distant travels. Collapsible catamarans and trimarans have different sizes and can be transported on a vehicle or towed. They can be quickly assembled and disassembled. Thanks to such modern boats, now sailing is accessible for people who live far away from an ocean. The slowest speed of the sailing ship is when you move with the wind, when the wind is blowing from behind. It's called a forward wind. That's because you won't be able to move faster than the wind, it will catch up with the boat, push on the sails, and move in front. And the quickest course is called the half wind, when the wind is square on your side and a little in front. That's when the ship and the sail work perfectly together and reach high speeds. Say there are large sport boats, special expensive super catamarans and trimarans. Like the boats participating in the America's Cup, they can move 3 to 4 times faster than the wind. Or let's say if the wind is 10 meters per second, then the boat can reach 30 to 40 meters per second. The Balkash sailing race is not only a race when the fastest is the winner, it is also a sailing and tourism festival where new lands are discovered, where competitors become friends for life, and where one can fully feel the support of friends. And where everyone understands that here, in times of need, someone will always come to your aid. The first information about the Lake Balkash appeared in the Chinese written archives. The lands to the west of the Great Chinese Wall were called Siyu, which means the Western Lands. They knew about its existence back in 126 BC. By 607, the Chinese prepared maps of 44 countries that existed on the territory at that time. Unfortunately, such descriptions did not survive until present days. Allegedly, the Lake Balkash was known to the Chinese as Sea Hai, or the Western Sea. The same name was marked on the map of 1855. Then the lake had another name, given by the Dzungars and the Kalmyks, the Balkash Nor, or Lake Balkash. Such eastern nations as the Turks and the Mongols, who marked all geographic objects west of their lands as white, called it Akdeniz, the White Sea. And when the borders of their lands shifted west, the lake became blue, eastern, Kokchadeniz. The Kazakhs called the lake Tengiz, which means sea. Balkash is classified as a warm lake. The water surface temperature varies from 0 degrees in December to 28 degrees in July. Average annual temperature of the western part of the lake is 10 degrees Celsius and the eastern part plus 9 degrees Celsius. Every year the lake freezes and the ice usually stays from November until the end of April, with the ice melting 10 to 15 days later in the eastern part. The Lake Balkash offers tourism opportunities for different types of recreational activities. Here you can have a great time in the recreation center and swim in bluish gray water of the lake, get a suntan on the beach, go fishing and even hunting. If you arrive at the Lake Balkash from the western side, you have to visit the natural landmark Bektauata. Bektauata is a gorge 70 kilometers north of Balkash city and 700 kilometers away from Almaty. The mountainous area appeared on the small territory of the flat steppes. According to scientists, such mountains could have appeared here only as a result of ancient volcanic activity. These rocks don't have sharp edges. They look as if they're melting down, forming waves, as if superheated magma emerged from the ground and hardened on the surface, forming such an unusual shape, looking like a layered stone pie. Aspens and birch trees occupy the space between the rocks and enrich this unique land with colors. The Bektawata mountain range is the oasis of the northern Balkash area. The pink peak of Bektawata reaches over 1,000 meters in height. In good weather, you can clearly see it from 100 kilometers, and so it is called the lighthouse of the Balkash lands for a reason. The Bektawata mountain range does not occupy a big territory, 4,000 hectares, but it includes an incredible variety of amazing rocks and thorny gorges. The name of the mountain is hard to translate. It comes from a legend of a holy man called Jibek. The cave was formed naturally, with the winds eroding the granites that are in contact with different types of rocks. Daily light reaches the far corners of the cave, so that speleologists call such caves grots or crystal cellars. This cave is of a rare beauty, and its entrance is on a flat field surrounded by vertical cliffs. Bektawata has lots of different kinds of plants, which are rare for this deserted area. The plant scientists have identified around 300 types of meadow and steppe plants on an area of 500 hectares, including around 50 kinds of medicinal plants. Wild rose, dropwort, hawthorn, honeyberry, and currant can all be found here. A rare plant, Kessler's astragalus, can still be found here as well. Another rare plant that is included into the Book of Endangered Plant Species, called Bektawata hedicerum, is known to grow in Bektawata as well. What's amazing in these mountains is the juniper, or creeping juniper, that grows on the bare rocks. There might be no rain for months, and this plant can find moisture in between the cracks. A rare animal is found here, a 5-toed pygmy jerboa and wild sheep. The green oasis in the desert attracts lots of birds, such as the turtle dove, oriole, blue-throated robin, warbler, bunting, and common whittier. As a whole, this natural complex requires protection. The depth of the mountain caves contains Smoky Mountain crystals, morion, and rare mineral piezo quartz. For thousands of years, the erosion processes have been destroying granite, and deep cracks and niches formed where the granite caves in, and some parts of the mountain took on fantastic shapes. They are called mushroom, chest, turtle, and trident. One of the massifs is called Sarakulja, yellow wild sheep. A well-known fact is the existence of a lava tube. Lava tubes are channels that appear as a result of unbalanced cooling of lava flowing off the volcano. There are more than 2,000 lava tubes on the planet. Lots of them are, for instance, in Kamchatka, around its multiple smoking volcanoes. The lava tube in the Bektawata looks like an 80-meter cave with water in the end that drains through the cracks in the granites and remains in the underground lake. The Balkash area is amazing. All you need is to follow your desire, and the Balkash will uncover its beauties, its picturesque nature, amazing plant and animal world. This area is an amazing recreation center that can charge you with energy for a whole year until you decide to come here again.